And I mean, Connor Wigman coming out and having the performance that he did, with all the things that were maybe being said about him on social media, I mean, the kid came out and performed lights out. He killed it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into TexAgs Rewind, presented by Specs in the Rollo Insurance Studio. David Nuno, Kate Bickham's with us. Got Caitlin Torn with us. Caitlin, you go first. What was your favorite part of the show?
I liked hearing about all the design work in the studio and everything all the thought that went into it. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, so we had Josh Oelze and David Jones in studio. Josh is one of our owners, and he kind of designed this awesome new TexAgs Live studio. And David Jones is the one who constructed it, made this desk and all of it. So it's a bye week. We thought it'd be a cool time to kind of explore how we put this together and what the future could look like for TexAgs Live, TexAgs.com. So that was cool. Cade, your favorite part of the show?
I will say my favorite part was Max Wright. I think it's always fun to talk to him, especially after a big win. He's all amped up. So that was a good part of the show today for sure.
Yeah, mine was Jason Howell because he's always happy. You can punch him in the gut, he just smiles. I mean, that's what he does. We had some really good recruiting information. OB, dressed in his best car dealership wear. He was ready for this Mike Elko discussion in Houston with the Touchdown Club. So that was really good. All that and much, much more. It is the TexAgs Rewind. Let's do a couple of mid-season grades. Okay. If we were to say quarterback, I think maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago we would have said maybe a C. But I'm going to grade on a scale or on a curve because of what I'm seeing. And I'm going to go B minus with the potential of finishing at an A when it's all said and done. But a B minus for right now because I think there were some issues with injuries and completing some balls. The most recent game has given me the Florida game and this game has given me a lot of hope offensively.
Well, look, I'll put it this way. I'm giving it a B for the quarterbacks. I'll say the first game was an F. The most recent game was an A+. All right. And in between there, I think was a solid B. I mean, when your backup quarterback comes in and he didn't put up huge numbers, but you won 3 consecutive games with your backup quarterback, those are Bs all across the board. So I'm giving them a B.
100%. All right. Running back. I'm giving it an A.
An A.
And that's for all the guys.
Yeah. The running back position. That's Le'Veon playing well. That's Amari Daniels coming in and providing a nice change of pace and a good burst. And even E.J. Smith coming in and being productive when he's in there. But Le'Veon Moss, he's leading the SEC in rushing yardage. And he's had back-to-back career-high rushing performances in each of the last 2 games. Le'Veon Moss is looking like an all-SEC running back to me.
All right, offensive line, I can go B plus A minus.
A minus.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm even putting the minus on there. A&M's like what, 4th in the SEC in rushing, giving up only 7 sacks while playing a better schedule than most SEC teams have played today.
Thus far, yep.
So I'm removing the minus. I'm just giving that offensive line an A, especially when they keep performing like that. When guys get hurt and you're plugging in different guys, you continue to play at a high level.
All right, and some of that might be based on where they were. I'm so happy, because the Notre Dame game, I don't think they played bad, but they weren't as dominant. They have grown since that point.
Well, they weren't as dominant because they were playing a really good defense. So your expectations should be different, right? But yes, they have continued to grow and getting better.
Okay, let's go wide receiver. Let's go pass catchers.
For the
B minus?
I'm going to say a C.
C, okay.
Maybe I'm going to C plus.
C plus?
Because I can't.
You can't erase.
I can't erase the first 3 games.
Yep.
But the first 2. They started. They really started to show something in that game against Florida, and I think they've consistently gotten better. And right now, I'm starting to think, this is a good, productive receiving crew.
Yep, I agree. All right, tight ends, I'm going to give them a B plus, maybe even an A, just because they catch touchdowns, they can block.
They've got 3. Yeah, on Le'Veon's 75-yard run. I mean, there's great blocking all over, but Thor had a really nice block.
Yep.
Trey Watson's has been a productive tight end.
He has.
I don't know if I want to give him an A because if I'm looking for an A, maybe I'm thinking Jay Sternberger type production.
Right. Yeah, I think a B's fine.
But a B or even a B plus.
Yep. We're going to learn a little bit about how this studio was built, the vision for it, and what the future could be for TexAgs. Josh Oelze is with us, David Jones from JFS Design Works. Josh, obviously one of the co-owners at TexAgs, helped design this entire idea. It was actually your vision.
Sure. Yeah.
It was. Can we kind of start off with the why and the how? I guess the why and the how.
Yeah, I think the why would be a few fold. One, we want to continue to push what we're doing here, and growth. So the old studio set, I think was coming on, 11 years or so we'd been in that. I remember building a good chunk of it with my kids in my driveway. And so, we'd had a good run with it. I just felt like, it's time for us to progress. We try to do that in all different areas here at TexAgs. So, secondly, we do a lot more video than we had in the past. That's been growing. I think we did 75 video media pieces in the last week.
Wow.
We push out a lot of different segments and stories via video, and so we wanted to build a tool that would help us do that better and look better. And then second, this studio is just phase one. Phase two is redoing the old studio and more a casual feel. And so part of the idea was just differentiating between, lots of different types of products and series that we have, so they have their own kind of feel and look.
Max, when we talk about the image of the teams, right? Let's talk about Missouri, what they appear to be now, what A&M appears to be at the midway point, how you perceive them, and you think the national media is perceiving these two programs.
So yeah, Missouri, I think, there were some questions on, their ranking and how high they were ranked. Some people thought that maybe they shouldn't be that highly ranked coming into this game. They're a good team with a lot of talent, and I think a team that's still going to do pretty well throughout the rest of the SEC play. But I think that they kind of, had a little bit of a check this week in how high they should be ranked. I think that on the flip side, though, I think A&M is proving their ranking and proving their worth to be ranked higher in the standings, and they're proving that they're a really good SEC team and a really good team nationally. I think that when you look at these two programs and where they're at in the season, I think that A&M right now is just taking massive steps every single week to getting better, especially being underneath a new coach and starting up a new program. I think that each week you're going to see our program take leaps forwards and growth in areas that may have been lacking the week before. I think we'll see those get cleaned up a lot quicker because they're going to be things that are getting addressed and taken care of for the first time by Coach Elko and his staff. And I think that's the exciting thing right now is, they're 6 games in to a new tenure with a new head coach, and they've made huge steps of growth from the first week. I mean, this doesn't even look like the same team from week one. And Connor Wigman coming out and having the performance that he did, with all the things that were maybe being said about him on social media. The kid came out and performed lights out. He killed it. And I think that when you look at the two programs and where they're going for the rest of the season, I think that A&M is only going to be climbing up the ladder more. And you're only going to see them play better football from here on out. I think Missouri is going to have a little bit of a wake-up call to answer to. And for the next few weeks, they're going to have to, fight their way back into the higher rankings in the SEC.
Jason, let's talk about the group overall. So you got 22 commits, 6 on the offensive line. That is just obviously we knew that it was going to be a heavy emphasis for Coach Elko because that's what he wants. They're living up to what he wanted to do. They're getting the guys that they need. The play is backing it up on the field, and that's going to open up the eyes of other potential commits here soon. So just talk a little bit about that group overall, especially with the emphasis on the O-line.
Yeah, I think they've done a phenomenal job of finding guys that fit just from a football need standpoint and character and program vision that they're working towards. That offensive line group, you see it this year where you're having guys play multiple spots and you get a guy banged up and you need somebody to jump in at center or move over to guard or a guard that can flex out to tackle. And you're seeing that with a lot of these offensive line recruits, that position flexibility and the, they can play multiple different positions. You've got Marcus Garcia could play center all the way out to tackle. Connor Carty, guard, more than likely. He's one of the best in the state, but he also has the athletic ability to be a center. Jonte Newman, could, either side of the line, could play inside a tackle or inside a guard. I mean, they can all play all over that offensive line, which it's hard to it's always a need to have that flexibility, especially in the SEC where guys get banged up, and you see that paying off this year. That's something that I think Coach Cushing prioritizes.
We're going to close it out. We're going to allow Cade and Caitlin to take each part. Whoever starts, the next one goes. So Caitlin, you start, and we go back and forth. Each of you tell the people what to do.
Like,
comment,
subscribe,
and then share with your friends.
One more, go.
and follow us on Instagram and TikTok and all those social media things.
One more, Kate. Just add something. Hurry, go. 5, 3.
Watch it. Watch it.
Watch it. Watch it. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Hey, Caitlin, how are you? You're on camera. We'll see you next time, guys.